guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're looking at the full moon, which will reach its peak in just under 12 hours time as of recording. So it will reach its peak Australian Eastern Time 1:30 p.m. So we're GMT plus 10, I think. So however that works out. Yeah. Okay. So as you saw from the little opening clip, you can actually see it quite nicely at the moment. That is actually a shot from earlier tonight. Quite beautiful. But yeah, full lunation will be at about 1:30 p.m. Now, this moon is the pink moon. It's called that because of the flowers that would bloom around this time of year in the northern hemisphere, particularly phlox, which is also the name of like a shade of purpley pink sort of deal. So that's why it's called the pink moon. This particular one is a supermoon, meaning that we are at apogee. I believe it's apogee. Might be perigee. I think perigee. Might be perigee. I'll double check. Either way, it's closest. It's the closest the moon gets in its orbit. Its orbit isn't a perfect circle around us, but in the middle, it's sort of a little off center. So there's one side of its orbit where it's further away, one side where it's closer, and sometimes the close part lines up with the full moon. Just like sometimes the far side lines up with the full moon, and the same can be said for new moons as well. So this year, the pink moon, which is also a supermoon, so the pink supermoon is in Scorpio. Now, I have completely forgotten to look at the cards. Full moon in Scorpio. Cool. So, as always, the full moon is take time to relax, recharge and replenish your inner strength. The moon in Scorpio tells us that negative attitudes and fiery arguments are possible at this time. Channel your energies into positive physical activities like decorating or gardening. So that's cool. And I'll put that one there. Sweet. Alright. Cool. Now, this particular full moon is going to be a hella emotional one, to put it plainly, and it's gonna be intense. So the supermoon being closer magnifies these, like this release of energy. It's magnified. So where it was like a regular full moon last month with Libra, this month we can expect this, that same level of energy, but for Scorpio, and then times like 2. It's gonna be full on. The peak of a lunation, full moons also bring with them the themes of that moon cycle to a climax. So this goes sort of hand in hand with new moons, in that the seeds you planted during the previous new moon sort of come to fruition. Essentially, if you want to look at it as like the seasons, then the new moon is like spring, and now we're in autumn and it's harvest time. It's time to reap the benefits of those things that you've been working on for the last couple of weeks, and start to sort of enjoy the fruits of your labour for a bit. Now this can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. On one hand, if you've set yourself up for success and you've gone into this cycle in a positive mindset, you will receive positivity. If you've come in stressed and sort of with a pessimistic outlook on things, that's the energy you're going to receive right now, which really helps to know when supermoons are going to be, so that you can sort of try and put positivity out there on the new moon, so that you'll receive so much positive energy. Full moons also have a way of illuminating any hidden influences that are at work in our lives, so we can expect sudden realization and uncertainties around us to become quite clear. Adding to all of that intensity, that's just off it being a supermoon. We haven't even touched on it being in Scorpio yet. So yeah, adding to all that intensity is the fact that we are in the water sign of Scorpio, and its energy is already super intense for some people. Sometimes known to be the most intelligent and sexual sign of the zodiac, which makes me feel good because I have 4 planets in Scorpio, one of them being Venus. Scorpios are fiercely loyal, often vindictive, I don't like that, and can be ambitious to a fault, all of which you would know if you've ever dated a Scorpio, assuming you are not one. As such, all of us will feel some quite hot-blooded, romantically passionate, chaotic energy from this full moon. We can expect intellectual, borderline existential conversations with friends, some next level from our partners, and otherwise truly like ambitious sort of Slytherin moods from everyone. We then have Uranus, which sits in strongest opposition to the full moon. This adds tension to the mix because it's notorious for bringing some usually not so fun things along with it. It comes with a little bit of a package deal, and not everything in there is something we ordered. Not something we wanted. It's best here to expect the best but prepare for the worst. And it sort of is balanced out slightly by the Sun, Mercury and Venus, which are all also sitting in Taurus, which is the sign opposite. This offers some earthy groundings for us to try and hold onto during the coming emotional roller coaster. The signs most affected by this celestial event will be Leos, Sagittariuses, which is my ascendant, and Scorpio, which, as I said before, I have Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, and Pluto in. So I'm gonna get hit hard. Just personally, I'm gonna get hit hard. The Leo nature does not normally gel with Scorpio's jealous side. This kind of makes a lot of sense. Leo is a fixed sign for fire, and and Scorpio is the fixed sign for water. So they're both quite stubborn and sort of, they picture a path from, you know, of what their ambition of how they're going to achieve something is going to be, and then that's it. It is fixed in place. And so then when you pair that with the fact that their elements are polar opposites, yeah, it makes sense that Leos aren't going to gel with Scorpios. And so therefore anyone with a Leo sign may feel a little extra emotional, but also they might feel quite restricted as well. You'll also need to prepare yourself, if you are a Leo native, for some quite big lessons. And again, these lessons will either be very positive ones if you've set yourself up for positivity, or quite hard to swallow. They'll be like, you know, chewing on a leather boot type of lessons. It's gonna not sit so well with you if you accidentally set yourself up for negativity. Sagittarius, you guys are gonna feel exhausted by the intensity of this moon. You guys are normally spontaneous and optimistic, but you will feel weighed down by the moodiness and emotional pendulum of the energy and the people around this full moon. You've got to remember that you guys are fire signs. Again, a fire sign, and Scorpio is a water sign. You guys also have a very mutable modality, so you guys are able to sort of go with the flow a little bit, but generally emotions are not really a strong point, and so the excessive emotional energy that's going to come out of this is not gonna be your thing. You just need to remember to keep your head up, and just remember that eventually the full moon energy will pass. And then last but not least, are Scorpios. The moon's in your sign, so it makes sense you're going to be affected. The energy around you will feel much easier for you to deal with. You're going to feel like everything's going to be coming up aces, even if, a lot of stuff is quite negative, because the general mood at the moment is in your favor. So at the moment, with this energy being released, if you're having a good day, it's going to be a great day, but if you're having a bad day, it's going to be horrible. It's going to be the worst day ever. And that will be because the energy is essentially an extension of yourself. And while it has the benefit of enhancing your positive traits, it will likewise do the same for your negative ones as well. So all of the good things people say about Scorpios, times 2, times 5, times 10, whatever, but to that same extent, all of the negative things that they say about Scorpios are going to be true as well. So make sure you remember that, keep that in mind as you're going through this phase of the moon, and remember to try and approach things with good intent, because the moon will enhance that for you, which is always a good thing. So yeah, that's all I've got for this video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Please hit the subscribe button as well if you are new here, and ring the notification bell if you want to be notified when I upload new videos. I will leave the links for these down in the description below for you to go and check out. And also, if you want to try and manifest some positivity, if you realize, oh no, we're having a bit of a shit time and this could be why, fill up a clear jar with water, write all of your positive manifestations you would like, put the note underneath the jug where it can get clear, uninterrupted moonlight, to sort of soak up all of the supermoon energy, and then over the next couple of days drink the water. You'll be absorbing your manifestations and the energy of the moonlight. It's a very simple little ritual, full moon ritual, known as moon water. Just to, you can do it if you've got positivity come through anyway. It might just help enhance particular things that you want to focus on with this energy, or it could just be generally bringing more positivity into your life. But yeah, until next time, guys, keep your head screwed on.